This week, we land in the beautiful French island of Martinique, where we snorkel and dive different spots along the coast. But the real reason we stopped is a rumored grocery mecca that ended up having everything you could want, even roast chicken potato chips.
'Cause even in the madness, there is peace, drowning out the voices all around me. Through all of this chaos, you are writing a symphony, a symphony. Oh.
All right, what's this called? Anse D'Arlet what? Our first stop was Anse D'Arlet. It's a small town with a good anchorage and a really cool snorkel area right on the beach, so we dove in to check it out. There are these cool resting areas where you can take a break and read about what you're seeing below. There's a dive spot north of the anchorage, so I went with Joe and Katie from Inca Cross to check it out. This guy decided anchoring in the coral next to the moorings was a great idea. You can't tell in the video, but this vase sponge was electric blue, like it was glowing. All the soft corals down here were pretty amazing. The highlight of this dive was this spotted moray eel. He didn't seem to mind me hovering and watching him wander for a bit. So yesterday when we were lifting the dinghy, it made a weird noise. So we're gonna lower it and see what it sounds like. Can't deal with it now, but we're in a good place because Martinique has lots of big stores. So if it's a problem and we need a replacement, I'm betting we could find something here. Sounds okay. I think I'm becoming paranoid. That or hyper aware. Not sure which yet. Kind of yellow. And then there are two over to our starboard. We were on our main mission now with new friends Eric and Deanne. We needed to grab a bus ticket, to ride the bus to the airport, to rent a car, to drive back towards Fort-de-France, to get to this place, a giant grocery store. All right, we're at the Carrefour. This is a really huge grocery store. I have high expectations, not H-E-B expectations, but expectations. This store is so big, it has its own shopping mall. And the grocery itself was massive, about the size of a super Walmart, but with better French stuff. The hunt for more Coke Zero ended here. They had everything, a deli, a cheese shop, a fish market, and the meats. So many meats. There was unending produce. And I finally got some roasted chicken potato chips. If you ever see these, buy them all. It's like a chicken in a bag. Here you go, Alan. Check it out.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Chicken in a bag.
Really good.
Oh, chicken in a bag.
They also had these ridiculous Biscoff cookies with Biscoff butter in between them. The store just went on and on. If you're looking for one of the best places to provision in the Caribbean, this is it. After our very successful provisioning, we needed to move on to somewhere a little more quiet. Okay, we're leaving Port-de-France. Very urban, industrialized part of the island. Lots of great stores and restaurants and stuff like that, but not really the kind of thing that we like to do long term. It's good to pop in for a couple of days and get your provisions stocked up and then head back out. So we're gonna go around the point here, and there are a couple of little bitty anchorages along the way we're gonna check out and see if they're worth stopping into, and maybe we'll have an anchorage all to ourselves, and we'll be able to sit down and just kind of relax. Today's gonna be a down day. Aaron's got a bunch of school. I got video editing to do, and then tomorrow we'll do some diving or something like that as the other boats kind of catch up to us. So yeah, that was it. Port-de-France. This is more our style. I don't even know the name of this anchorage, but it's just beautiful. There's not a lot of people here. There's a great snorkeling spot just down the coast. So I think we're good. We're gonna stay here for a little while. I dove on our anchor and skimmed the shoreline, and things looked pretty good. So we went to a spot south of the anchorage for a snorkel with Joe and Katie. There's an eel sleeping in there. There were millions of tiny fish or shrimp swimming around in here. These things were weird. I can't figure out what they are. Some kind of anemone maybe, but looked like things didn't live very well near them. This was a beautiful spot. Not a ton of fish life, but very pretty and calm. This was a perfect break after the hustle of the city. We really enjoyed our time here. All right, it's 5-something and we are shoving off. We're leaving Martinique, heading to Dominica. It's about an 8-hour sail. The winds should be light. The waves have finally calmed down. It's been really crazy weather here for the last couple of weeks, and conditions are right to move between the islands now. So heading to Dominica and a new country, and really looking forward to it. Good, no twists. Bye, Inca Cross. We'll see you later. All right, we're getting around to the north end of Martinique, and there's a big anchorage here where most people stage to cross. Now the weather has been really crappy for a good while, like a week, maybe more, and it's been 8 to 10 foot seas out there, very strong winds. Nobody's moving anywhere when the weather's like that. So this is the first day with a real break in the weather, and it's going to be like this for the coming week. And there's a mass exodus of boats from Martinique. Everybody staged from here, and they're all crossing, and it's just kind of cool to see them all. We were a little further south, so we're just joining up in the back of the wagon train because we got a little bit of a late start this morning. But yeah, tons of people just moving on out. Yeah, dolphins. All right, we got dolphins. I just saw a couple. We're getting close. Hopefully, oh, there's one. We got one sticking with us. Oh, and he left. It's always fun to see dolphins. It's wild. We could barely hold the sails tight with wind. There wasn't enough. And now we're in 24 knots. And it's crazy how much things can change in between the islands. All right, so we're heading down the coast of Dominica, and we're wing on wing right now, which is really neat, but also makes me really nervous because with the wind shifting around in these islands, if it just changed a little bit, this boom would come rocking back over. I'm being pretty careful. We have the autopilot set to 180 degrees, so but it's also not getting us the kind of speed we need. We need to get up the coast to where we're going, and even at 5 or 6 knots of speed, we'd be getting there close to dark. So I think we're gonna have to use the engines and put away the head sail. But it's kind of neat. We haven't done this since Bahamas, and it's beautiful and very calm out here. That's Kokomo, 189 feet long. So you can fit 4 of our boats in the length of that one boat. We're sailing north up along the western coast of Dominica, and there's a huge storm pushing around behind the south of us, and it's pushing air north and east. So we've got wind at our back and actually from the west, which is not typical at all down here, but we're using it. We turned off the engines and we're cruising on up.
While it was a long day, we eventually made it and anchored in Portsmouth, Dominica. Tune in next week where we visit lots of waterfalls. It is such a beautiful country. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Instagram if you want to see what we are up to in real time, and we will see you next week.